targeted individual, so-called, targeted with a secret persecution program called. So a lot of people are ignorant of this, but there is a secret program, a secret persecution program called gang stalking of targeted individuals, happening both in America and Sweden, where I reside currently. And I've been taught about this secret persecution program for more than a decade now, which is the same as saying 10 years. Okay, so for more than 10 years I've been taught about this. The target started overtly, intensely around 2012. Okay, around 2012. So what I want to talk about in this video, and I've talked about this before, are pastors who persecute, puppet pastors. So me being a Christian TI, unfortunately, I've had to see a lot of pastors participate in persecution, which means I subscribe to the channel and they start targeting me for the program. In the same ways that you get targeted in psychological warfare by other people. Narcissistic dog whistle abuse tactics. Government gang stalking is narcissistic abuse on steroids. It's narcissistic psychopathic abuse. And here's a number, like a list, okay? Here's my blacklist, okay? There's like 30 degrees of blacklist. Here's my blacklist. Sellout pastors who are puppets for the satanic deep state. Presidents are puppets. I've talked about that before. And prime ministers. A lot of people haven't woken up yet. They still have the faith in the political system and voting, and that's going to change the world. And that's what they're focused on, voting. Trump's going to make America great again. I'm still waiting for it to make America great again. So that's the point. I'm a Christian told video, and there's a lot of pastors that have participated in the persecution. And Brandon Holas is one of them. Rock Harbor Baptist Church, Rock Harbor Church, whatever they're called. Raphael Golan is not a puppet sellout pastor. Narcissistic abuser of God's children. Okay, I'm a Christian. An attack on me for persecution is an attack on the body of Christ. Saul, why persecutest thou me? Whom art thou, Lord? It is I, Jesus, whom thou persecutest. So if one member of the body is hurt, it affects the whole body. So I'm not just helping myself by making videos about people targeting me for a persecution program. It affects the whole body. It's hurt. It's like a cancer. See, this persecution program is like a cancer that spreads through the body. See, so Raphael Arnold is one of these pastors that told me. Bible Line, whatever ministry, Bible Line radio broadcast. Brandon Holas is another one. Andy Woods is another pastor. Douglas Bible Church. Robert Baker is another one, another pastor that told me. Jack Smack is a more small-time free grace, so-called fake free grace YouTuber. So this is a list, like a short list of pastors, Bible teachers, ministries that are for a persecution program. We'll see how long it takes until the flying monkey, narcissistic abusers show up in the chat, and the mobs of cyber stalkers work for the porn shop here to harass me in this chat. So I got the chat open here. So that's part of the targeting. So part of the targeting began the persecution is people being recruited to go where I am in real life. So it's anytime I got in public, people are sent to go where I am to harass me, so-called flying monkeys. And same thing happens online, cyber stalking. Now when I say things like this, I had 2 viewers and they ran off. So when I kind of predict it, that makes them sometimes decrease the target because they want to prove my point. Like I go live, okay, there's gonna be people come in here harassing me. Sometimes after I do like an intro like that, they don't have as many people show up in the chat harassing me. See? So Brandon Holas is one of these sellout pastors. He works for the psychopathic deep state power elites. One of the things he's been doing is called narcissistic identity theft, trying to steal my thunder. Because I'm the real deal. I'm a real person here, out here teaching. And this little beta bitch Brandon, okay, little soy boy, sissy boy. It's like the goal that he has to make videos about effeminate pastors and churches. And him being like a prime example of an effeminate pastor in spiritual, spiritually, physically, psychologically. He's been corrupted by Satan into using a fake Bible. It's not King James only, okay? So it's like Satan has deceived him. He's a blind leader of the blind. What's the Bible say about people like that? Let them alone, for they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, the both fall to the ditch. So that shows spiritual effeminacy. See, that somebody, it's the simple things. So if you're listening to a pastor or church, or you see somebody show up, if they're not King James only, that proves that they're blind. See, and what does the Bible say? It's a command, and not following God's command is sinning. Let them alone, for they be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, even they both shall fall into the ditch. What is falling into the ditch is destructive. It's a destructive outcome. It's an unwanted, hurtful, destructive outcome. Falling into the ditch. If I'm outside walking, I don't have a flashlight. That word is a light onto my path. If I'm outside walking in the dark, okay, like the people found me for the door in Sodom, let them out, we may know them, okay, and they were to find the door. So basically, it's a typically bad people, and being in the dark and blind go hand in hand in the Bible, okay. Thou full of sorrow to no mischief, wilt thou not cease to pervert the right ways of the Lord? There was a man of God that cursed a wicked man, and he was blinded, okay. There's spiritual blindness and physical blindness. So, being blind makes it easy to deceive you, as you can read about in Genesis 27. God using physical reality to teach about spiritual stuff. See, about spiritual reality. So, there was a man who was physically dim, okay, his eyes were dim, he couldn't see well in the physical, and he was deceived, see. So in the same way, people are blind spiritually, they end up being deceived, more easily deceived. One thing you don't want to be in a war is blind, okay. So Brandon Holas, the truth is the truth, is one of these puppet sellout pastors that have taught me for the satanic psychopathic deep state with narcissistic dogmacy abuse. And it does propaganda for the government gang stalking, which has got a persecution project you might be told with next. Yeah, all the live godly suffer persecution. I'm sorry, I'm quoting the Bible from memory better than any pastor out there. Okay, yeah, because this is not what you get from the people you've been conditioned that don't know the Bible. Most of them don't even have the real Bible, so you can get into competing and who knows the Bible best. Most of them don't even have the real Bible, not even reading it. They didn't even start reading the Bible. They're reading fake Bibles. The New King James, the NASB 1995 Andy Boots, okay, to the Bible Church, New King James, see. So notice how it's like a pattern when it rains it pours. We're like, oh, okay, I see these people being wicked, participated in persecution, taught me for this satanic secret society persecution called gang stalking. And if you look at the ministries, there's a lot of wicked stuff there in other areas. Raphael Arnold, he's been taught me for the program. I see him doing that. What else? Oh, he's also serving Satan, obviously, being wicked in other ways, where he's corrupting the gospel. What does the Bible say? If any man give any other gospel than that which we preach unto, let him be accursed. Okay? The Bible says, if any man gives a false gospel, any other gospel than the real one, let him be accursed. Which God doesn't have to say. Giving a false gospel is very evil for it to be. Okay? God doesn't have to say the Trinity is the right doctrine for you to make it be as a Christian. The Trinity is true, okay? The Godhead, the Christian Godhead, it's a Trinity, see? Oh, the word Trinity is out of the Bible. So it's conveyed through Scripture, see? It's conveyed through Scripture. So if God says, if any man given any other gospel, let it be accursed, okay? If I say something like this, a person is a thief, I hope they die in a car accident with cancer or drown in the pool of AIDS or something like this. It sounds like, well, Mike, whatever the guy said, Mike, if somebody does this or is that, it's like, oh, a curse. It's like, okay, Mike what he thinks is it's a really bad thing to do that. If somebody is like stealing, they should go to prison for the rest of their life. They should rot in prison. It's like, that tells you how I feel about the sin of stealing. So, if any man give another gospel, which he preaches, let him be accursed. Raphael God is a fake free grace preacher. He's been for many years. And notice how blind followers follow blind leaders. So blind leaders only attract blind followers. Because seeing people, if they slide into Raphael God's YouTube channel, we're going to end up seeing that this guy's a blind leader. And they're going to not listen to him. So that's the point. I'm a leader, not a follower. Okay. So that's the point. Raphael God has been corrupting the gospel for many years with a sinner's prayer. Okay. And that's not an assertion. I got videos and his own channel. Okay. You could go look at, if you want to waste your time, go look at crappy preaching, and you look at his last 3 years, all of his videos, you find at least 10 instances of him corrupting the gospel in his prayer. Okay, at the end of his sermons. If anybody in here has a trust in the gospel, go ahead and say this prayer right now. Lord, I know I'm a sinner. So he leads people in the sinner's prayer. And he's got a lot of videos doing that. So that shows that he's blind to what the real gospel is, see? Because if you're teaching something, here's the gospel, and it's not the real gospel, you're messing it up. That shows that you're blind to the right way to do things. If you're messing up the gospel, that means that you're blind to what the real gospel is. Or you know what the real gospel is, and you're purposefully corrupting it, which will make you even more evil. Okay. So at best, you're like ignorant to what the real gospel is, and what it's not, and how to give it. So, Rafi Ngolo is one of these puppet sellout pastors told me for the gang stalking program, the persecution, and don't get hung up on terms. A lot of people like conspiracy, brain shut down, crazy. Okay, it's what they hear. See, or it's like gang stalking. Like, it sounds weird to me. It's a gang stalking. It's a Rafi Ngolo saying he's a Crips member or something like this. Okay, he's a gang banger. No, okay, I'm not saying that. If he takes his shirt off, he's got like Christian tats, and he's got like a red flag, like a bandana hanging out his. Okay, and it's a hard knock life for us, like Dr. Evil. That's what it does for the side evil. That's not what I'm saying. Okay, so gang stalking is like a term. Basically, it talks about the targeting. Okay, so he's a person who works for the gang stalking program. What is gang stalk? It's modern day global setsu. Okay, this is setsu program. Okay, so anyway, Brandon Holas is another one of these puppet sellout pastors, and he's involved in this wicked sin of targeting a Christian for the Satanic power lead, a persecuted Christian. Yeah, all the live God suffer persecution. So, if you get to living godly enough, why wouldn't these guys start targeting you, as they have done to me? Since there's no good reason to target a Christian for a persecution program that can be traced back to the Satanic deep state, then they are people that have shown they can't be trusted because they can, without a good reason, start targeting a Christian for the Satanic deep state. See, with narcissistic psychopathic abuse. Okay, see? So, Rafi Arnold, Dulu Bible Church, okay? Rafi Arnold YouTube channel, Dulu Bible and person, Dulu Bible Church, Brandon Holas, Andy Woods, Robert Breaker, and Jack Smack. These are all people that have taught me for the persecution program. Meaning after I start watching the videos, they start targeting me with narcissistic dog abuse tactics for the program. It's like using triggers, things like this. So, I'm a persecuted Christian taught in video, and you can mark that God will judge you for how you respond to the truth. Your inaction, action, complacency, God will judge you. Okay. So here's the point. There's a Bible verse about people being oppressed, the righteous, but they are worse than him. And then why are you not opening your mouth for this? So other Christians have been guilty just for hearing me speak the truth for years that I'm being persecuted, and then like turn a blind eye ignoring it. God will hold it to account for how you respond to truth shared with you. Okay. And then especially the ones that have been targeted for the program, like actively participating. Okay. So thank God my eye has seen his desire upon those that hate me. And I've gotten, after praying a precatory prayer and asking God to go to bat for me, I've got to see some of these sellout pastors that have told me reap some of what they've sown. Where they've had to go through some of the same problems I've had to go through as a result of the targeting that they told me, the targeting program that they told me for before I prayed. Okay. So here's the point. Dearly beloved, during an adventure self, brother give place at the wrath. Do the Bible Church recent video was what is the beloved, what is the therefore beloved? Do the Bible Church has been acting as if some Christians want to change to be hated, see? Because if I watch a videos, a Christian, it's like I feel like I'm behated, see, and not beloved. See, they've been treated like I'm hated, not beloved. So maybe you should add that, because some Christians apparently are second-class Christians that get treated as a Jew in the Holocaust, or as if you be hated or something like this. See? So, anyway, here's the point. Beware of these sellouts. So, Raffink Arnold, Dulu Bible Church, Brandon Holas. These are satanic sellouts, okay, who have targeted for the persecution program. Interesting, after I said that this guy, Brandon Holas, is targeting me with like passive-aggressive innuendo, like sadly targeting me in his videos, he gets real clear, more clear, and in his video, he goes, yeah, these psychopaths, bad people out here, might be a 35-year-old man with a 27-year-old girlfriend, which is specifically my age, 35, and my wife's age, 27, okay? And that's after I said he's one of these pastors that work in little details to make you feel targets and watch his videos, okay? That's interesting. That's very interesting. So, and then like kind of shoehorning in skulls after I said that's one of the themes, that after somebody starts targeting me, a lot of times they get told by the hands like work in like skull imagery into their thumbnail or the video or something like this. Okay. Yeah, all them that hate me love death. Okay. You know, like the Waffen SS were had been skulls in the uniforms. Ricky Gervais has a bit about this. Like the good guys, the bad guys, they are like, we're the good guys. They always had like the guys with like skulls on the uniforms. Okay. Like a death cult, see. Okay. So this gang stalker persecution program is not just a modern day witch hunt, but it's a death cult. It's a murder cult. It's a stalking murder cult. Where it's like secretly we're targeting people for death until they die. And while we're doing that, we're like using the skull before the person dies. We're using the skull, universal symbol of death, for the persecution. And this happened to me, a Christian. Okay. You have your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a liar, that's how you target me to, and a murderer from the beginning, because he bore not in the truth. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. Satan is the father of lies, see. So, these pastors are sellouts, okay? And since they're weak and they can't win in an open playing field, they have to have cheat, okay? They have to like have the Illuminati shell bodies shadowed by my videos. And notice how normally I have like 40 live viewers and get 4K views on streams like this. But the topic is, I have, did I talk the video on the hashtag possibly? Okay. And I'm talking about gang stalker targets and sellout pastors. And now it's like I have really like a strange amount of low views here, okay? See? So it's like there's like certain topics that are extra important to shadow them, okay? Like make sure I don't get too many views. Now, ye can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So the people can't win against the truth. So here's the point. So the Illuminati has been against me being strong, fit, and healthy. But God has been for me being strong, fit, and healthy. God, the Illuminati has been for me being weak, and like they've been working to make me weaker and sicker and living in fear, things like this. And God has been for me living strong and like a triumphant life, overcoming things and staying strong and having victory. And I've had that, despite everything they've been doing to me. So here's the point. Oh, we have some mental ill cowards watching my videos, okay? But they don't have even the guts to write in my comment section without being a little scared rat. That's how the average man is so cowardly now. That it's like, it's rare now to be a Christian to have the balls to be making videos using your real legal name and your face in your videos. And most effeminate little sissy coward rats, Christians, they are filthy porn addicts, okay? It's like they don't even have the balls to write comments in my chat without hiding behind an anonymous blank sock company account. See, that's the level of cowardice you deal with now. It's like you stand out if you're a Christian that make videos showing your face and use your real name. Okay, it's like Mike Saha live in exclusive in Sweden. If people Google Mike Saha, they find my address. Mike lives on the 3rd floor, 61332 Oxelösund, Sweden. Mike is 35 years old. This is like public information. So unlike the average coward, notice how it's like, here's another thing I noticed as a pattern with people that are flying monkeys for the narcissistic program. They target with inversions. Okay, so it's like, I stand out in having courage, being a Christian warrior. Okay, it's like compared to the average person, I stand out in how much courage I have. They said, oh, Mike has inversions. I told him most of the time. Mike is a brave man. Let's send flying monkeys to the chat. Mike, you are a coward. See, afraid of your own shadow, because the opposite is the truth. See? It's like Mike can throw hard and fast punches. Mike, you can't throw a good punch. See? It's like the exact opposite of the truth, which is narcissistic devaluation. Like there's something that's a value, it's like work to devalue it by speaking opposite of the truth. So that's also interesting. That's also interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna keep fighting. Okay, and we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. Okay, me fighting to work to expose you, Brandon Holas, as the fake sellout that you are, and you left a long trace of like in the open wickedness to deal with, and you other sellout ministries. So back to the general truth here. Okay, if somebody, and I don't care if they're a pastor persecuting or not. Okay, I don't care. It's okay. If you listen to somebody and they're not King James only, they're working for Satan, understand? Pastors who are not King James only in the American churches, they're sellouts. They work for Satan. They are blind leading the blind because they can't even see what the word of God is. Pastors who corrupt the gospel in any way, meaning if they add a sinner's prayer, they don't really teach the real gospel. I don't care if they call themselves free grace or not. If they're not really teaching you the truth using the real Bible, if they don't have the real gospel, the real Bible, and using it, they're fakes, and you shouldn't be following them. And what does the Bible say? If you follow blind leaders of the blind, even they both shall fall into the ditch. Let them alone, for they be blind leaders of the blind. If the blind lead the blind, even they both fall into the ditch. What does that mean? The blind leader and the blind followers are going to fall into the ditch. Which is a ditch. If I'm outside walking and I fall into the ditch, that's a bad thing. If I go outside now, I take a walk, and I walk around, I fall into the ditch. Okay, I don't bring a flashlight. I fall into the ditch. Like, oh, I got mud all on my leg, and I hit my knee on a rock in the ditch, and I sprained my leg or my arm or something like this. Okay, so that's a bad thing. Yeah, so beware of these people. Brandon Holas, he's on these sellout pastors, and they started copying me too. That's something that happens a lot. Pastors will copy me. Narcissist identity theft. It's like, oh, Mike has been shown the hidden truth in the world system. Talk about that and teach on masculinity. And I'm an effeminate sellout pastor, Brandon Holas. I need to make, there's a problem out here in the external protection about effeminate pastors to get deceived by Satan into being evil like you. Okay. Targeting Christians, a Christian man, me, for the satanic deep state psychopaths with narcissistic dominance abuse and using a fake Bible. And what about Andy Woods? Oh, he uploads a sinner's prayer. He uploads a video with Bill Federer with a sinner's prayer there. What do you guys think? Because you're jealous. You're jealous because God has blessed me and not you with handsomeness, masculinity, and like David, martial arts ability, and all kinds of stuff. And a coat of many colors, different shines, athletic shine, look shine, talent shine. And I have courage while you're bitch made, little slaves, on Satan's, on Pharaoh's, you're slaves to Pharaoh. And you're envious of that, see? That it is a real man, a Christian war out here like Samson and David, being targeted by groups of people, okay? And you're working for these people, okay? So what do you think that I was gonna, this little reality TV show got me in the cycle. You would think that's gonna be like, oh, please don't kill me, or something like this, didn't you? I know that. You were like hoping that I was gonna be there like, oh, please don't kill me. And I'm calm, cool as a cucumber, showing no fear at all, see? And it's like they even they try to make me think they're gonna assassinate me in the middle of the night, about to sleep. They have someone walk past the door, No. Nothing with the door like this. Okay. So, and they have plants in there too, in the psych ward. Okay, target me in the psych ward. So, anyway, that's the point. On the topic of that, if I go to prison or a psych ward, which is not impossible, okay, so God can be for me. So here's the thing: you don't have the power to control what happens to me. God has the power. So who decides what's going to happen to me in day to day and in the future? That's up to God one and me too. Okay, which means God can be for me, staying free. I want Mike to not go to prison or psych ward. But if my human will, if I'm not like, well, I've had enough of this shit, I'm gonna fucking knock the teeth out of one of these perps next time they push me or something like this. And I'm talking about if they literally assault me, push me or something. Well, okay, maybe I end up being arrested. But God's will was for me to not end up getting arrested. So who decides my outcome and my future? That's God one and me too. Okay? It's kind of like this. God's will for me can be, I want Mike to stay strong, fit, and healthy. But if I go, I'm going to be an alcoholic. I get back to drinking again. And I'll start like being like an alcoholic. Okay, I'll start losing my health. Even if God's will was for me to stay healthy. God's not going to just magically like force the outcome that he wants on me no matter what I do. So it's pretty simple. My outcomes is in God's hands, one, and my hand. So that's who controls this shit, okay? It's like a pilot and the co-pilot, see? So, anyway, here's the point. Basically, here's the point. If I end up getting arrested or going to the psych ward, and I die in there, I was murdered, okay? Either they took me out, made it look like a suicide, or an accident, or they put up inmates to attack me in there. Like, I'm not looking at some go up and shank me in the back of this. Or the staff will be in on it and poison my food or something like this. Okay? Like drug me and something like this. And I've overcome fear. So I know that people are envious of my rare degree of courage. Anytime I work to be an effective warrior, they go like, oh, you're scared. Because that's like a narrative they work to pull. Because the truth is Mike is a courageous warrior. It's like that is also a rare quality as an admirable trait. Where he's less fearful. Like he's a courageous man, and most of the guys now are cowards, including Christians. That's why the bitch made we can capture so easily. Because they're afraid to say no to the deep state. And that's why they end up targeting other Christians like a copper during the Holocaust. Because of the cowardice and weakness. Lack of integrity and their fearfulness. See, their fear does not make perfect love. So anyway, that's the point. If you grow enough to point to be persecuted, you live God enough to. Most likely also a person that have grown enough to have overcome fear. See, because the more you grow, the less fear you have. Oh man, as a Christian. Perfect. He that fears not made perfect. Perfected was not wanted. So perfection, God worked to perfect you. That's synonymous with Christian growth. See, so God has worked to perfect you over time, and that's growth. So the more you grow, the less fear you have, because perfect love casts out fear. He that feared is not made perfect in love. It's like you need to grow towards being to this level of having grown in love and grace. And growing, that's like, you don't have to focus on like not having fear. You focus on growing as a Christian, and like you have less and less fear all the time. So anyway, that's the point. I'm a persecuted Christian, and unlike most Christian men, I'm not a Christian cis, I'm a Christian warrior. Here's another thing, because my haters, they don't like that Mike is courageous. We need to run a smear campaign. Mike's scared. It's like, no, I'm not scared, because that's the truth. You wear protective clothing when going outside. Yeah, because I don't want to have a numb spot on my left leg, because I got shot in the leg with a dart gun. This program has attacked me physically, and not just me, by innocent third parties, loved ones. Okay, they've attacked my loved ones before. That's the level of targeting. So people that are evil, murderers, always think they're the good guys, like a witch hunt. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and God is on my side. God is on my side. God is on my side. God is against you. And Ed made a video helping this cancer on the body of Christ. Mike's crazy for claiming to be a special target. Stay away from him. And God allowed cancer to destroy his life. And he's been not able to make videos anymore because his body's being destroyed by toxins and about cancer. His body's being destroyed by toxins. He's being attacked with toxins on the regular. Like the cancer is a toxic thing, I would say, that's destroying his body in of itself. Okay, it's like a toxin. It's like a poison in your body that keeps attacking you. So he's been targeted with something that's been robbing him of energy, hurting his loved ones. Okay, his wife has to see this person suffer, and he's not going to be his best self, the best husband he could be dealing with this thing. He's got pain that he's dealing with. Psychologically, mentally, physically, he's been suffering. You reap what you sow. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. What a man sowed, that will also reap. I predicted that Tom Stegall would have a serious health problem. Live on YouTube, just like I did with Martin Richland and other people, before they were seen to be. Because I'm not a bullshitter. I'm not clairvoyant. I've seen what they've sown, and they're like, we're not doing anything wrong. You're doing something wrong. Here's the wrong you're doing. I know the scriptures, and it will lead to this. And I'm praying to God that he will really, like, extra, okay? And then, sure enough, because the scripture is real. So, I was live on YouTube. It's like, Tom Stegall, I could feel it in my spirit. Within 5 years, he's going to have a serious health problem. And I hope God will make me see it. And it's like, oh, Tom Stegall is sick. And next time shows up, he's still like, I'm sorry, I got a weak voice because I'm still trying to overcome this. Okay, yeah. The same voice you've been using to abuse God's children with your little tongue member. Working to use your voice to target people with narcissistic dog whistling abuse for the Satanic secret societies. And quoting the New King James. Using your voice to attack the word of God and his children. Okay. Kind of like, oh, who was the Calvin who got something? Legionary Ministries. You don't have the wisdom that God has blessed me with and insight. So I don't even like getting into these things because people have been showing interest in like the surface level truth. So a lot of times I work to teach things in a way that most people not understand, like parables. Okay. And there might be a few people that can get something out of it. So, but here's the point. If I spoke unto you of earthly things and you don't receive them, why would I expect you to receive the spiritual things, the heavenly things? Of these things I have many things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing you are dull of hearing. So here's the point. Martin Richland was another pastor. He used to be on YouTube. He still got his YouTube channel, okay, but all his videos are gone. He might have pulled them voluntarily, okay? So he started talking to me. I was subscribed to his YouTube channel, started talking to me. And I called him out, like, yeah, here's, like these videos. He's one of these pastors, started talking for the persecution program. And I pray that God will target these people, that God will make these pastors, Christians that have like stood either by, and okay, and especially the ones that have targeted for, I pray that God will make them have to go through some of the same things I've had to go through, some of the targeting. And after that, so time of events, Martin Richard started talking for the program. I'm subscribed to him. He started this narcissist abuse tactics. I get mad about it. I make videos. He's one of these people. He started talking to me. Go live again. I pray to God that God will make the pastors and Christians participate in the targeting that they have to go through some of the things I've had to go through as a result of the targeting. Later on, Martin Richard is like, oh, he reports having to go through some of the same things I've had to go through as a result of the targeting program he started targeting for. And he stopped uploading videos since then. And I don't know what happened to him. I searched, I did find obituaries. He might have just kind of circled the wagons and he's just teaching locally in his church. And it's kind of like his house church, possibly. Yeah, I haven't found an obituary. Okay. The only thing I can find is his father, Senior, Riching Senior. But that obituary was up before. So there's no obituary. So father has some purpose still alive. Okay. So unless he got arrested or something like this, he might just have a kind of circle of wagons and his teaching privately. So yeah, I'm a persecuted Christian. Why? Because it's like here, I'm like Neo the Matrix, and the guy in the Daily Limit with the glasses that can see. Well, there's a bold claim, yeah, and I got bold proof of that. I've been making videos on me hidden claim with truth. The guy one that can see. They want to listen to these radio station sellouts. This part of reality that you never walk up to. There's like pop culture is loaded with hidden references and hidden truth that I can see and teach, that you're blind to, and your pastor hasn't been showing it to. I got videos from foreshadow the pandemic, 9/11. Oh yeah, go run. That makes people scared. 5 years. As soon as I say I have foreshadow the pandemic, okay. So, I'm a persecuted Christian, told the video, and notice how what I'm doing openly or in the day, see, what they're doing, my enemies, talking with lies, and they had to be subtle. The serpents more subtle than beasts of the field. So subtle, attacking me subtly with lies, see, that's the pattern. I'm a persecuted Christian, and pastors who taught me in churches, how are they taught me? Subtly with lies. Gaslighting was the sin of lying. For a program working to kill, steal, destroy. Who? A Christian. Okay, child of God. See? That's kind of clear to me the nature of the torment. And you will not be held to account to what you tell yourself about the evils that you are doing, but what you actually do. If I go shoplifting, I go, I'm not stealing, it's like I'm a communist, it's for the greater good. These rich people are hurting everybody by having money. So I'm just balancing the score, I'm not doing something wrong. God will hold me to account for the sin of stealing, no matter what I understand. No matter what I tell myself. So if you're involved in the sin of murder, persecution of God's children, and all these other things, God will hold you to account for being guilty of that, not for what you tell yourself in the cult, stalking, murder cult, brainwashing. We say, yeah, we're the good guys, we're doing God a service, okay? We're the modern day synagogues working for a program, working to murder Christians like Mike, and we're like all doing our part. Okay, we're taught him with psychological warfare. Other people in Sweden are taught him physically with poisoning attacks, poisoning him literally, and everything else. Attacking his body, which is made in the image of God, one, a temple of the Holy Ghost too. And we're working as part of this group effort. See? So in World War II, they had some people work for radio stations doing propaganda. It's like, heading the local Jews. And like, it's not bad to target the Jews. And then they had other people who actually like prison guards who were like gassing and things like this. But it's like a group effort. So yeah, I'm not just gonna sit and be complacent. I have a responsibility. This program that targets me, it's an attack on the whole body of Christ, like a cancer. It's like a cancer, see? So it's like it spreads from church to church. So the deep state captured church. One of the things they're doing with the pastors, their puppets, is if a persecuted Christian, like the rare Christian, that is a persecuted Christian, that lives godly enough to suffer persecution, and they're in this world controlled by Satan, and they subscribe to do a Bible church, I get targeted. Or you can look at it in negative, where it's like, they all live God suffer persecution. So it's not that you have to be a super Christian necessarily. It's like you're not like a completely like stale. Okay, it's like you're just not being a horrible Christian at all times. It can be enough to be persecuted if you look like that in negative. See? So yeah, the truth is the truth. And God will hold it to account. And it makes you especially guilty. And I've told you this to about the church, that I've given my side of the story all these years. So it's like one thing, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing evil things. Okay. But once I go out, do the Bible church, addressing you in a video, see, so it makes it easily available. Do the Bible church have taught me for this persecution program? And one of the ways they've been doing is like narcissistic dog whistle abuse tactics. And they could Google narcissistic dog whistle abuse tactics, okay? Oh, like using certain trigger words. Do you understand? So like I made it easy for them. And it's like they had the abusers that control the narrative to make them flying monkeys. And I've been out here like, I'm the tortoise. You're targeting me, okay? Here's what you're doing. It's wrong. Here are Bible verses proving it's wrong, okay? Explaining the Bible verses, okay? Teaching it to you, okay? And you still keep doing it, persisting. No wonder that God has been attacking your body, Thompson. And I curse you again in the name of the Lord. And I pray that God will fight against you for having fought against me. And he will take hold of shield and buckler and stand up for my help. And make your way dark and slippery. Let the angel of the Lord persecute you, okay? Let Satan stand at your right hand. And when you are judged, let you be condemned, okay? For that you remember not to shew mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man. So, okay, basically, I pray that God will attack you, fight against you, and God will attack this cancer of the body of Christ with spiritual chemo, okay, for the greater good. Okay, that's gonna be another video. I'm done. Put a fork in you. I'm done roasting. See, put a fork in you. I'm done. That's gonna be another video. Yeah, so of whom be thou aware also. Do the Bible Church, Raphael Garner, Brandon Holthouse, Andy Woods. I'm running out of fingers. And I hold something else another one. Not what you're holding, look at your phone screen and a computer screen, typically. Okay. Raphael Garner, Robert Baker, Brandon Holthouse, Do the Bible Church, yeah, this is the short list. This is a shorthand list. So, and notice how the beauty is, even if you go like, oh, but Mike, oh, you're crazy and paranoid. So your video saying these guys are bad is wrong. No. These people are also clearly corrupting the gospel, doing one of these things, using a fake Bible. I am not as many like who corrupt the word of God. So do the Bible Church using New King James. That's evil. Brandon Holthouse is not King James only. That's evil. So I don't care which non-King James they use. Using any other English translation that's not the King James is evil and serving Satan. Okay, I'm not going to pull punches. Oh, it sounds too nutty. A lot of truth sounds nutty, okay? So if you're peddling a fake Bible, you're serving Satan, okay? And it's not like one of these issues where it's like in Spanish, what is the word of God? It's just like this or this. They got one from 1460, one from 1912, and they had to learn Spanish and be a scholar of this to figure out stuff like this. It's like, no, it's the English, and it's clear. The King James Bible is the Word of God, not the New King James, not the NASB 95, not the NIV, not the New American Standard bullshit version, not the New Ignoramus version, not the especially stupid version, ESV, okay? Not the whatever. Figure out that. It has a point. Basically, anything negative will do. It's not a cuss word. So yeah, these guys are disgusting. Do the Bible Church I taught me for the program. What am I taught with? Who am I? I'm a persecuted Christian. Total individual. What's my name? Mike. I keep watching my videos. I keep reminding you. Okay. I'm a persecuted Christian. Total video. Total government gay stalking or total videos. How long have I been talking? For more than a decade. Okay. So yeah, okay. So I've accomplished the main objectives. This is like the bonus rounds. It's overtime. Okay. Do the Bible Church, Raphael Carter, Robert Breaker, Brandon Holthouse. Robert Breaker, Jack Smack. Okay. These guys are bad. I don't have to prove that they're guilty of being persecutors. I don't have to like hire a private investigator and get a picture of like Tom Stegall media guy at a cafe. It's like pictures like the 90s with somebody like called like drinking coffee, two detectives, and eating fast food with binoculars. And then someone takes a photo, and it's like, okay, there's a photo of Polaroid of like Tom Stegall sitting down at a bench, some guy just changed briefcase under the table. And then some kind of like little hand sign, and then some kind of picture through his window that is like, you are now a government agent, sign here with his signature. And it's like a snapshot. It's like, I told you he's an agent. Now I can say, beware of him. Okay. It's like, the truth is the truth. Okay. The truth is the truth. Yeah, so I gotta finish up, okay? I got done with the main points of the video a long time ago. And then I feel like, okay, I'm done here, okay? And now it's like the bonus round. So a lot of times I start out being serious, and then once like, okay, I did the job, now it's sometimes you get into kind of goofing around a little bit. Now, here's the point. Beware of these people. I'm a persecuted Christian, taught with government, gang stalker, taught videos, which is the same thing. If I'm speaking to Christians, it's like I'm a persecuted Christian. If I'm making videos to fight tyranny in the world and reach people on Instagram and wake them up to this, it's like gang stalking. Okay, I'm a taught individual, but because they're not really ready to receive the spiritual of the truth, because they're carnal creatures and they can't comprehend the things to the Spirit of God. Neither can they know them. For they're spiritual discerning fools or something. Well, it sounds crazy. Mike says, I have to get saved, I'm going to burn in hell. Sounds foolish to me. This guy's crazy. Recently, they sent an agent to my Instagram. This happens all the time. They send people to try and entrap me. And it's like, they're working to do a smear campaign. So they have to get dirt. So they have some gay guy send me DM. Okay, like somebody follows me on Instagram, likes my post, and they know that I reciprocate. So that if I see somebody follow me and click like on 12 things I uploaded, a lot of times I go like, oh, okay, this person stood out, they've been liking my videos, go to it, look for something that I can click like on to reciprocate. Go, oh, okay, food picture, something like this. And then later on say, hi, how you doing? Send me a shirtless picture. And I say, so it's like weird stuff. It's like, they want to be able to say, like a smear campaign for Christians, make it look bad to Christians. So they have to work to make it look like Mike's gay or something like this. See? Because like that helps to get Baptist passive prison authority to believe that this reprobates. It's like, I'm not gay, okay? That's why he's the point. Oh, somebody showing up with a skull as the profile picture says. Okay. Oh, I'm so surprised. Hold on. Oh no, not the skull! Hey, not the skull! And I guess what to tell people is because I'm talking about certain tactics, so yeah, because it makes him scared. That's why it bothers him. No, I can tell that you're abusing me, and I don't like being abused. Okay, so if you want to call that, it's a bad thing. Yeah, they're like the founding fathers. They don't like that either. So, anyway, support. And like I said before, I'm a persecuted Christian taught in the video, and there's certain pastors that participate in the persecution program. Do the Bible Church. So here's part of the thing. Remember this. So when you hear, not if, that something bad happened to these people, individuals or the fellowship building, the church, remember what I told you. Remember what I told you. Before Tom Stegall, like do the Bible church, before I see a video like Tom Stegall was gonna lead the service, but he got sick. And then he shows up next week. He'd be like, oh, so I got a weak voice, I don't know when this is gonna happen. Or he's got like problems. I said, I can just feel my spirit. I mark my words. Something bad's happening. He's gonna get some serious health problem within 5 years. And I feel like it's gonna be like even before 5 years, something like this. See? I'm not joking. Edward P.F. got a health problem. Robert Baker got a direct chem spray to the eye. He became a pirate. So, here's the point. I pray that God will make the repetitive song, okay? Now, I don't have to pray for God to make the repetitive song. But me praying, that's... Did your pastor tell you about Megarod's vitamin C? Did Brandon Holthouse warn you about your shampoo on your testosterone, possibly? Question mark, that's it. Did Brandon Holthouse, did he tell you that is hidden in plain view truth in Hollywood movies and show it to you? Any opinions on Conor McGregor? Write somebody in chat. Running for Ireland president. Most people that show up in my chat on my Shadowban YouTube channel are people playing a game. They're flying monkeys working for a narcissistic abuse program called government gang stalking or videos. Okay. Most people that show up writing in my chat are flying monkeys here playing some kind of game. If that is to interrupt the flow of my video, like interrupt me, distract me, or if it's to trigger me, they play some kind of game. Let's make it look like Mike doesn't have integrity. Because he's been saying, we know he's been saying politics is fake and presidents are puppets and okay. But maybe if we have like a martial art, maybe, okay, for the Smith campaign, make it look like Mike is idolizing sports stars and doesn't have integrity by asking these questions. Okay. Oh yeah, support him. Oh yeah, he does have integrity, like everybody else. Or something like this. Any opinions on asks a person that showed up in a live stream after I say that people use the skull symbol of death to harass me. And that's something flying monkeys will do. Somebody's a flying monkey from the deep state persecuted for autonomy will be told to put in like the thumbnail or in the video, like show the symbol of a skull. Somebody shows up with an account after saying that in this stream within 30 minutes with a skull as the profile picture of the account, asking me about Conor McGregor. I've told you before, watch my videos. I don't vote because presidents are puppets and prime ministers are puppets, which means if somebody is ignorant but has the right intentions, they're gonna be compromised by the time they end up in office or assassinated, okay? I didn't vote since turning 18. I didn't vote once. I also didn't get vaccinated once since turning 18. I didn't vote or get vaccinated since turning 18. Those are two facts about me that are different than the average person. I didn't vote or get vaccinated once since turning 18, and I'm 35 today. I don't care about this silly boy stuff, fake reality, Santa Claus fairy tales. They're most like adult age people now, like, yeah, I'm still believing the lie WWE wrestling. It's real. It's still real to me, damn it. Politics.
You know how God operates. Before he judges a nation or a person in PF, he sends a person to speak the truth of God into their life. And then before God judges them, they have the required information. That's how I see God operate. See? It's like God uses a person to shed light into a person's life so they can make a decision. After they made the decision, God will judge them. Okay? For example, if somebody's a Christian Bible teacher, Ed, and they're part of the problem in all kinds of ways, and I show up in his chat, and he knows the truth. No, he lacks the truth. I know the truth about politics, health, fitness, things that he hasn't been talking about. And I'm ready and able to help him and teach him things like this. And it's like he responds by attacking the truth, denying the truth. Like, okay, now he gets dealt with differently. I don't know what to talk about in the chat, so that's why I said that. Okay. Anyway, if you don't know what to say, hold your peace and listen and hearken unto me. I don't vote, okay? I do not vote. I didn't vote or get vaccinated since turning 18. Maybe 2025 there's a new viral plague going around, and YouTube changed the terms of service, so you're not allowed to say that you're not vaccinated, and then my YouTube channel goes down, okay? For medical misinformation because I said I'm not vaccinated, okay? Maybe that will become against the terms of service in the future, okay? So you never know with YouTube. This is why I let people know that I'm not just active on YouTube. I have a Rumble account. When I go live on my computer, most of the time I go live from Rumble Studio to Rumble and YouTube at the same time. Which means if my YouTube channel goes down, all the streams live on my Rumble account. And I don't just have one Rumble. I think I have 6 accounts on Rumble. But it's like one central hub that I stream for. Okay. And then it's like I have niche channels, like upstarts, like Mike's Bible teaching videos of what is. I maybe have 3-4 videos on it. So yeah, I don't vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for. You get to vote between puppets. It's like, which puppet do you want? You want the puppet Trump or puppet Biden? You want puppet Trump or puppet Biden or puppet Kamala? You want puppet Hillary Clinton or puppet Bush? You want this puppet or that puppet? Whoever you elect into office, if voting is real, okay? Like if they let you pick the president, the guy playing the role of running the country, okay? They're still answering to a proverbial board of directors behind the scenes, okay? The average American has a low IQ and low testosterone. The average American male. I call them LTICs, LTIC men. Low testosterone IQ having. LTIQH. M. Low testosterone IQ having males. Because it's not like I call this assessment where it's like they're manly. They're born with a male gender, male genitalia. Okay. So anyway. Notice how this Brandon Beach Boy Holas he shows up and he makes a video. Well, we got a problem out here, the external, about effeminate pastors in churches that get compromised by Satan. Okay. And effeminate, that coming from you, who's physically effeminate, spiritually effeminate, and psychologically effeminate.
It's a projection. Yeah, some of persecuted Christian told me, look around you, what do you see? Lawyers, businessmen, and they keep sending fucking flying monkeys into my life to try to do a lot of smear campaigns, make me look bad, and try to entrap me in different ways. And it's like it's getting old. It's getting real old. Bro looks fresh with the glasses at the head position. Yeah. So many people don't know how to wear a hat. I might have to start making videos. How to properly wear a hat or something like this. You might catch on. Okay. Let's all dye our hairs the color of the rainbow. Mumble our lines and sound just the same though. Okay. So I was like, maybe this could be a new trend. Since you guys looking ridiculous, sound retarded. Okay. Get on a high dose lithium and wear a hat like this. And then you have your gay pride colored dress hanging out the side. Okay. Okay. And then also for proper like the shoes. Okay. It's like here's how I see guys in the hood do hits now. But I dial into the I'm not even gonna use. Okay, but it's a certain like niche on YouTube where it's like 6 is 9 Takashi X9, half his name is like letters of some sexual act. Okay, it makes you half gay or something. But here's the point. Here's another thing. Performing oral on a woman is not an alpha thing to do. Okay, and also the being on board. Okay, because she's mounting you, which is part of how dogs enforce dominance in the animal kingdom, with the mounting. Okay, so it's like anything with a woman is like on top of you in general is something to be aware of. Okay, because I'm the head of the male card council, and your card might get revoked if you tell me something like this. Anything going up your ass too, it's like you're gonna be up for. You're gonna be up for on the next meeting. It's like for like we need to review this guy's man card if he's gonna get revoked or not. There was a guy who used to hang out on this panel, okay, Poon, and he started talking about it, and he's like, oh, I'm a tough guy for this. But he started talking about he has some vibrators on Amazon, and he's looking to have a GoFundMe, and Riley Jones is gonna pay for it. He's gonna have buy this, which one you like, or something like this. And he likes to have women put the fingers in his butt and things like this. And basically, it's like it doesn't have to be a man doing it. Anything going up your ass as a man is checking a box for being gay. Okay, which I'm not attacking gay people, but it's like no, I don't want no scrub. The scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging out the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. And no, I don't want your number, no. I don't want to give you mine, and no. Don't want none of your time, and no. Okay, you get the idea. It's June. Okay. I was born in June. I was born and raised in a summer haze, bound by the surprise on my glory days. I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I hope you see my face, and that you be reminded that for me, it isn't over. Okay? Yeah, so it's laughing now. Anyway, it's a point. Talk about homosexuality. Okay? It's like anything where something goes up your ass if you're a man, it's not normal. Okay? If you're a Christian man, okay? And it's like putting stuff up your ass, okay? In this day and age, I have to make videos, okay? Anything going up your ass, it's like it's like this checks a box of being gay, okay? I don't care if it's a woman, okay? I don't care. I don't care. Okay, but oh, okay, no. I'm like a stage magician. I have like a briefcase with gimmicks ready to go. Where it's like it's like things just for cleaning down the colors of the gay pride flag on the rainbow. It's just for moments like this. Okay,
If somebody asks me a question like this, I prepare. I have like a whole desk here with things. They say, "Oh, here's a cap." Okay, no cap. See, somebody asks Mike, "Is there a cap?" No, there's no cap. Okay. Oh, what about earplugs? Okay, Mike, we can't hear you. Okay, okay. What about Mike? You say, "Oh yeah, a lot of you guys are soft and spongy." Like, it's like I come prepared. Okay. It's like this ain't no picnic, okay? This ain't no picnic, the Infowar. See? I've been waiting for that question for all my life. Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah. Well, thanks, okay. Now, I'm gonna be devastated once you flip on me and it turn out to be like a flying monkey, okay? So I'm gonna be in here, act like I'm not here to attack him for like 6 months, play the long game, and then suddenly I'm gonna switch on him. You know, he's gonna be real hurt. So yeah, here's the new trend, okay? Why don't you get a hat that you didn't buy off of Amazon, okay? And a gun that's not a freaking Draco with zip ties on or something like this, okay? Here's the new trend, okay? Why don't you get a gun that's not a Glock with an extender with a switch on it and a fucking Draco with zip ties on the hand or something like this. There's a guy who, since I'm in the algorithm, I watch GunTuber videos. There's like one of these videos shop where a lot of GunTubers I use like a sound from a guy who sounds real angry, like a redneck. He's like, he sounds like he's talking about black people that are like in the GunTuber community. And he's like, he's irate about them uploading videos with Dracos. So if you don't know what a Draco is like a micro AK. So it's like a AR pistol. It's like an assault rifle cut down. So it's a rifle caliber, you know, in a pistol format. Well, it's like technically the certain things like well, it's any other weapon is a pistol, but you wouldn't call a pistol as a layman if you saw it. Okay, so a Draco is a semi-auto champion 7.62 by 39, and since it has a short barrel, there's a huge fireball, so that's also part of it. So if because there's a lot of gunpowder still being ignited going out the barrel, so it almost like a dragon's breath if you shoot it. Or there's a point. It's a big heavy bullet. Yeah, so I'm starting to lose my temper here. Okay, okay, it's a point. I don't have like all this time now. Making jokes not seriously though. Okay, what happened to rap? Okay, the golden era of rap was when Tupac was out here. Fuck Ray, fuck Snoop, what's that guy's name? Okay. Fuck Snoop, fuck Dre, okay. ECE, whatever his name is. Okay. He was wearing sunglasses and hats in the hood. Motherfuck Ray, motherfuck Snoop, okay. Motherfuck the West Coast, like this, okay. But what happened to these guys? Ice Cube before he became a sellout. Maybe next he get sponsored by Snickers. That's what that is. Okay. Maybe next Ice Cube will partner with Snickers. Okay. Snip Zero. Work to poison black children. See, it makes it more horrible to say just because it's part of it is like a skin colors. So it's like Snoop Dogg poisoning black children. See, for massa with white milk and cereal. See, that's how they get you. They get you slurping on massa milk. That's the massa milk. They get you slurping on the bad cow pass. Okay, they get this drinking a white mess. To get to drink the white stuff. That's the point. Now I'm serious. Snoop Dogg is a sellout. I've talked about this. It's one of the things I've been warning people about the sugar agenda, doing decodes. They satanically not want to poison them, but they want people weak mentally and physically. And if people eat a high sugar diet, that makes it easy to control because it keeps you in like a mental daze. People that take my advice, here's what they're afraid of. People take my advice and be persuaded by the results, okay? So it's like they're working to keep you from taking my advice in deep state. Because people take my advice, always come back and tell me, you weren't full of shit, Mike. I started taking vitamin C and I feel better. It's like, you were right, it made a difference. Okay. So here's the thing. People who take my advice will within a month feel mentally sharper, see? Okay. They will feel mentally sharper. So they want you deficient in vitamin C and having a lot of sugar in your body. I don't care if he smokes cigarettes, okay? He smokes weed. So here's the point. The Illuminati want you on sugar. This is part of being the real deal in the Matrix. Warning people about sugar. They want you eating a high sugar diet, and they want you deficient in vitamins. The Illuminati has succeeded in getting the public megadosing sugar and microdosing vitamins and best. And most people, if they take a supplement, it has toxic stuff in there. It has bad stuff, like a multivitamin. It has things in there I wouldn't recommend it to put in your body, like iron, copper, and calcium. Do you think Ice Cube Sam will have the same legacy as his father? I don't know. I don't know who his son is. Yeah, so that's the point. There's a satanic Illuminati agenda. And if people wake up to this, they will be pissed. Okay. They have deceived most parents into poisoning their own children. Because most parents are not wicked enough to intentionally hurt their children. It's like they wouldn't be like, go to the store and buy something that is like ask in the corner store, hey, do you have rat poison here? And then they buy it, and then I'm gonna put this in my children's food or something like this. They're not that evil, okay? Which is not the same as saying that they're good, but they're not that evil. Meaning the average Joe lost person is not as evil as Hitler, okay? And a woman who's a virgin is not as evil as a woman that had 6 romantic partners and 3 abortions. Now the issue is this. There are natural issues, they are important, they are relevant. But the most important thing is not reforming people, but people being converted. Yeah, and he wrote, well, that was actually good. You can be a voice actor with a voice impression. That's actually impressive. Now, here's the thing. I don't care too much. If I care about the compliments, I would also care about the insults. Now, here's the point. I have an internal locus of control, meaning I don't, part of what makes me dangerous and able to fight for God is not caring about what people think too much. Which means my self-esteem is not based off of how people perceive me or what other people think about me or say about me. So if the Illuminati pays 30 trolls to come to my chat and say that I suck at throwing punches, that doesn't make me feel like I suck at throwing punches, because I know that I can do a good job throwing punches. And if I would suck at math and Illuminati pays 30 people to come and say, Mike, you're the greatest mathist there ever was, I would be like, oh, I feel like I'm good at math now. How about this? See? So here's the point. Now, it is a truth that that's one of the things that I can do. Sing, do voice act and things like this. And it goes back to what I've said before. This world is a meritocracy. It's not that people that are the best at something, or like in the elite of ability, or like really good at something, that means you're gonna grow on social media. The issue is, how evil are you? We do not live in a meritocracy, we live in an evilarchy, where people that are lack integrity and are willing to be part of the problem if told to, are allowed to get to a certain level. Snoop Dogg smokes like 100 cigarettes. He doesn't smoke 100 cigarettes, that's imprecise. He smokes a lot of marijuana cigarettes. I don't know if you're being passive aggressive. Start to reveal yourself now. Like the love bombing. First you come in here, pretend to be nice. It's like I'm not dumb. And now it's like, now I start playing the game, say. Resisting his, like lowering his resistance to future ploys. Now we're starting with the ploys. Do you think Ice Cube's son would have the same legacy as his father? Mike, you living in the shadow, something like this. Charles Stanley. Yeah, I know what it like narcissistic always is. It's like Snoop Dogg smokes. I'm sadly referencing the fact that Mike smokes a lot of cigarettes or something like this. Oh no, okay. Yeah, bitch, I smoke cigarettes. What's your problem with that? I'm not fat, ugly, out of shape. I'm ripped with a six-pack and have cardio on Power Pro boxers. So, if you want to find about my smoking, you go somewhere else. Now, here's the point. I knew you were an agent as soon as you showed up in here. And you can like, oh, I'm a flying monkey. And I called the attack guy immediately. It's like, oh, give enough rope for you to hang yourself. So, like, yeah, sure enough, it's like you start pretending, love bombing tactic, start acting, like, oh, I'm playing, and I'm pretending to not be here attacking Mike, and then start playing with him, start playing my games. I'm not dumb. He's one of these flying monkeys. Any opinions for Conor McGregor running for Ireland president? I told you. People, if you watch my videos, you will know how I feel about politics. It's a scam. That's part of how they control the masses. A lot of pastors, that's part of how they work to help the Satanists control the body of Christ, keeping them ignorant of Satan's devices. See, if I'm not as others, I'm not working to enable Satan to keep the body of Christ ignorant of his devices. It's like, yeah, conspiracy theories, beware of that. Christ or conspiracies? Beware of conspiracy theories. Watch out for conspiracy theories. I'm trying to be supportive. Try harder. Okay? When you try hard, that's when you die hard. Yeah. Because when you try hard, that's when you die hard. Okay? Try harder. Prove the good one. Okay? You need to change your name. Put up or shut up. Take a picture right now of your face. Either that or your butthole. Something private. Okay? Okay? You need to man up. Okay? Prove to me you're not like a gay coward. I want to see a picture of your butthole. Okay? It's like, take a picture of your butthole and send it to my email. Okay? Prove you're not gay. Prove you're not gay. Okay? Prove you're not gay. Both getting to shoutouts. I have a list of shoutouts on my phone. People have been sending me emails asking if I could give shoutouts to their friends. Let's get to the shoutout list. Gabe Itch, watching in Britain. Okay. Shout out to Gabe Itch. Okay. So apparently he's got a Itch's last name. I don't know if it might be an occupation. Okay. Any more shout outs? We got a shout out request. Got another shout out request. People blowing up notification with the shout out request. Hi Mike. Can you give a shout out to my friend who's been going through a hard time? A real dark period in his life. His name is Nick, watching Kenya. Nick Gerd. Okay, oh no. They got me, okay? They got me, okay? Okay, there was like one of these things that is stuck in there. They got me again. Okay? I'm not doing any more of these shout outs, okay? I'm not doing any more shout outs like this. You gotta keep generic. If your girlfriend is watching with the cats or something like this, I'd be like, the girlfriend watching with the cats. I'm not doing the reading out the names of the people that I'd be asking this shout out for. Hold on. Sometimes people come and ask what time it is. That's a big part of my stream is I'm letting people know what time it is here. So yeah, no more shout outs, okay? No more shout outs. I got somebody requested magic trick once too, and they got with that one a few times. I figured it out eventually. That's why I haven't seen it recently, but it was like a magician trick. They asked me if I could do that. Mike, it's like you would never be able to do this. And I'm like, I'm gonna prove these guys wrong. And it's like a thing where you pull up your knee and then you make it grow back again. And this is like a trick. Which I'm not gonna call out the magic trick, but basically it's like this trick. You start like this, and you hold your head like this. You start the video, and then it's like, well, look, it's like, and the knee grows back again. See, and it's like, and if you have to do it from the front, if you do it from the side or from the back, people can see that you're not really like lacking a limb. Okay, there's people have faith healers who go like, oh, look at this guy, he's in a wheelchair. Power Christ compels you, something like this. Oh, I'm off better or something like this. And some of these people were never like debilitated. It's like a guy who got paid $75 specifically to sit in a wheelchair for the video. And then the faith healer goes and touches. It's like, oh, I'm all better, okay. You should send money to this guy. Okay. So that's important. Yeah, we're not doing more shout outs after this. But that's not how they spelled it, okay? They spelled it Gherr, which looks more like a real name. You know, like neighbor or something. It's like Neighbour, but it's a neighbor. It sounds like when you pronounce it like Neiburr. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this guy's confirmed gay. Confirmed fake gay. Possibly fake. Definitely gay at this point. Okay. Is that if he wasn't gay, he wouldn't have problems sending a picture of his butthole to me. Okay. So to prove that he's not. Okay. This like spoke like a truly gay man. He's refusing to let that butthole. He's refusing. He's refusing butthole inspections from another man. This is a sure sign that it's like he's gay. Okay. Okay. I'm not joking. It's a point. This is part of like how the deep state psychopaths, like the gay lords, how they operate. Like, oh, Mike's a Christian, and it's like, we had to work to make him look like he's gay, so it's like we make him look bad to other Christians. And that's part of like how they get Baptist pastors like Stephen Anderson, part of the time. It's like Mike's a gay reprobate who loves Jews, which will be partial truth. Like the last part, I do love the Jews, okay? Now it's like Mike is a gay reprobate. that will be the fake part. Okay. Well, it's like they had a guy send me on Instagram recently, and I can tell he was a flying monkey agent. So kind of like, they know I'm not gay, but and I think possibly at times I go like, maybe I actually think I'm gay. It's like that's what I want to believe, but I can tell from the targeting that it's like they're working to make me look gay. If they're trying to convince themselves or the flying monkeys or whoever, but like send somebody to my Instagram and be like, hey Mike, I'm gay. This happened too when I was doing free coaching to mod sick people on Facebook. And one guy's like, hey Mike, I'm willing to try the protocols for this. Okay, can I DM you? I go, yeah. And it ends up he starts sending me pictures of his six pack and this. And it's like, yeah. And just to be able to go like, oh yeah, see, Mike is gay. Other people are sending him pictures, makes him gay or something like this. Okay, whatever his point. Yeah, so I'm not joking. They sent a lot of flying Mike recently to be like, oh, okay, Mike a straight Christian man, so we had to work to make him look gay, and they'll make bitches like Brandon Holas, who looks like a gay person, feel better about himself. Okay, so it's like some guy, and they know, so they will abuse my good nature, my non-narcissism to narcissistic abuse me. So they know by spying on me. And I am aware of the fact that if you say you're being abused, it makes you sound weak. Okay, that's the perception you get. So if you now you can be talking about human rights abuses and abuse of due process of what is. Okay, same things like people like Mike, you are the perp. It's like, no, I'm the victim of the crimes. You call yourself a victim, it makes yourself sound weaker and something. Now, I'm not in the game of perception management, I'm in the game of relaying facts and speaking the truth. Okay, so that's my his point. They know that it's like I'm shadow banned, which sometimes you appreciate more if somebody like, oh, it's like it's very rare that somebody clicks a like on my post on my Instagram because I'm shadow banned there. Okay, so it's like it stands out when you do get like a notification somebody like the post, and then your nature is that you reciprocate because you're not like a narcissist who just takes. So it's like they know from spying on me. It's like, oh, if people like several Mike's posts on social media, a lot of the times he goes like takes like who liked this, go to their page, and then see if there's something like worth on the channel, something that I can without compromising integrity click a like on. Like, oh, they got a picture of rice and beans. Okay, I hit a like on it. Okay, I was like, oh, they got a picture of not being fat and like fit or something like this. Or like they got a picture in the gym. Okay, so they're exercising. That's like worth it. And if it's gonna be if it's like a beer, or I don't know, somebody says I might like it like that. Okay, but I say I'm looking for an excuse to be able to like something. That's reciprocation. Do you understand? It's not like, oh, I have to be sold. It's like they like a lot of my stuff. Go to the possibly follow me, check out the channel, scroll through the feed. It's like, oh, they got a cute dog pic like that. They got a dog, a pet pic. Okay, click a like on that. I like dogs. Okay, so it's not fake, but it's like something that I don't feel bad liking. Anybody upload this, I can hit a like on it. Okay. And it's like, okay, so it's like they send somebody to click like and follow me. And then I go to share and like something. And then later on I get a DM, I check my DMs on Instagram. And there's a guy in there. And it's like, okay. And he's like, hi, thanks for the like. Oh. And then like 2 days later I write back, thanks for the likes and the follow or something like this. And then next thing, okay, he sends a picture shirtless of himself like this. And then he starts liking my posts. I go to share, this guy gay pride flag in his bio. And then it's like, and then now he starts real self using sensation things. Well, I post like a sheet meal with like wine gums and ice cream, and she's like possibly I've been going there. Because that's one of the. Notice how part of the thought I've gotten is, and I've talked about this. It's like part of the thought is like the satanic psychopathic Illuminati have threatened to murder my mother as a sacrifice, and then for years, and be like, And when we hurt your mom, make her bleed, hurt her, or take her out, it's your fault. You want us to do it. And then as a gaslighting thing, it's like, I've talked about this before. I'm gonna keep making videos about it because it's part of autonomy. It's like one of the things they've been doing for years is psychological warfare, like a theme in autonomy. At a certain point, they start like communicating via threats, communicating with threats in different ways. We're gonna make your mother bleed harder as a blood sacrifice. Okay, blood sacrifice. We're gonna make your mother bleed. Sacrifice, and as a threat. And it's your fault. And they start and it's trying to get the blame us. It's your fault. You want us to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Stop saying that. You want us to do it. Like, no, I don't. Don't do that. And okay, so it's like a threat, and then also like, it's your fault. We're gonna do this bad thing you don't want done, and you want us to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And then they talk about with the flying monkeys. They have like a neighborhood lady who's a perp for this. I'm on my way down to throw the trash. And it's like, oh, it's one same time empty exit perp, for example. Just to explain it to you, okay, kind of thing. Hi, neighbor. Hey, how you doing? Oh, it's sunny today. You like warm weather? It's like, yeah, gotta get going, bye. And then they come back and be like, you have agreed to sacrifice your mother. So when we heard her, it's your fault. Because that neighbor was a perp. When she asked if you like warm weather, what she was really asking Cole was, do you agree to have your mother sacrificed? See? And it's this. And this is like a theme they would use for a long time. It's like a threat combined with gaslighting to get me to blame myself. And then I'd be like, after I kind of like, oh, okay. They're saying that when somebody asked me this, and I asked in the affirmative to any question, like we were really talking cold, and they asked you this. I was like, now when we hurt your mother, when we threatened to hurt her, it's your fault. Blame yourself, okay? And I'm like, no, that's not. I didn't understand that. It's like, well, it's like that doesn't count, okay? So it's like, notice how it's like, oh, he's not hurt psychologically. He's not accepting the gaslight. He's remained defiant. It's like, no, that doesn't count. When she asked that, I wasn't aware that she was communicating something cold, as she claimed me. And it's like I speak back to her, like, no, that I didn't agree to that. It doesn't count as me having agreed to have my mother hurt because my neighbor asked me for like warm weather and you come and claim that she was asking cold. Something else. And they kept doing this. And it's like, then it'd be something else. It's like next time, and I feel like, okay, I let him know. It's like, that doesn't count. It's not my fault if you do that. Don't hurt my mom. I don't want to do that. Okay. And it's like next time I go like downtown shopping, and I'm standing outside the supermarket smoking before I'm heading inside. Some person comes up, like, hey, can I buy my cigarette off for you? Or like ask if can I borrow a lighter? They're smoking. Like, hey, can I borrow your lighter, man? I said, yeah, sure. Here you go. Okay. And then later on the point come back. Okay. Now when we hurt your mom, it's your fault. That person asked if they could buy my cigarette off you. What they really asking, called them an agent for us, was to agree to have your mother hurt. So once again, now we're gonna hurt your mom. You've made a deal with us. You've agreed to have your mother sacrifice. Yeah. And that kind of general theme they kept doing. And then if I listen to the Bible, just like, yeah, blood sacrifice, and a lot of mothers, like, they will work in little references. Shoehorns have been, oh, the past is reminded of this veiled threat that the psychopaths are gonna make my mother bleed as a blood sacrifice, and it's my fault, quote unquote. Okay. Despite me consistently saying, don't do it, I don't want to do it, stop saying, okay, stop saying I want that done, I don't want it done, leave it alone. Okay. And then next I felt like so watching Rafik on this, like, yeah, like find a way to work in these references. And then this was something, one of the tactics that would get me the most, like, for a while, okay, before I done a good job healing, okay, and I'm not like with debilitating crippling PTC and everything that I used to have, CPC. And it's like eventually, since this is the tactic that's like really worked to irate me, they kept doing this as a theme, okay, the program, the gang stalking program, psychological warfare. So it'd be like, let's say somebody calls me on the phone, and it's like a phone says, oh, hey, and this happens sometimes, okay, and it's not every time it's an agent, but it's like somebody calls you, hey, we got like a special plan where you can get like a discount on the internet or something like this. Do you want to hear us out? Yeah, sure, okay, I'll hear you out. And it's like, okay. You know what, I'm not interested, okay, but thanks anyway to you, okay, hang up. But once again, phone calls back, oh yeah, now you've agreed to have your mother hurt, because that person who called on the phone, they were an agent of us, and he was asking, "Call, do you agree to have your mother sacrificed? So if we hurt your mom, remember, it's your fault, blame yourself." See, this was a game they played for a long time. So, like, anything people asked me, if I like answered yes, they will come back and claim I'm agreed. So it's like psychological warfare, where the end result is like we're planning to hurt his mother. Okay, this Christian man being persecuted, to hurt him. Okay, and we want to add to like the trauma effect of like CPD formation, like waiting for that shoe to drop. We keep telling we're gonna hurt your mom, and then we want to make it more hurtful when we do shed blood, literal blood, make his mother bleed after threatening to this Christian man's mother. Okay, as part of persecution that this pastor worked for. Then we want it to be even more hurtful. So we want to add little gas out twist to be like, and have the target blame themselves. See, that's what we want to do. So I said we discussed that, and they still use celebrities like Mike Perry, most recently, and Tony Ferguson. So I wonder how these guys would react if I had the power to. Like, if I was a co-worker in their wife's job, and I was carrying a knife, and I told Tony Ferguson I'm going to do a blood sacrifice of his wife, or Mike Perry. I wonder what they feel like. Okay, how they feel. Okay. But that's what they do. Okay. They communicate via threat from a psychopath power leads that is like, see, and it's like, this is kind of like a secret language of the abuser, where it's like, this torture tactic, they kept doing this, like having people, like making claims, we're gonna hurt your mom, and it's your fault. You made a deal with us. You've agreed to it as like a theme, or it's like gaslighting, to be like, we're gonna hurt your mom. We want you to blame yourself. It's your fault. You want us to do it. See, it's like you've agreed to it, and it's like based off of somebody asking me if they can buy a cigarette off of me, or a phone salesman talking to me, or me answering yes to any question. It's like it talks on the phone. It's like, okay. And it's like, see, I get confused. People in calls to the Bible church. This is how they operate. They help the Illuminati abuse God's children with satanic abuse, including my limit, like making my mother bleed as part of persecution after threatening to, and then gaslighting. I get confused. People in cars, Philip Borman. Okay, I get confused sometimes with people in cars, because I was talking to a secret society member who's targeting me for the program, and on the phone, it's like, this is before I went no contact with him, and it's like I'm trying to like just have a normal conversation, and they start hitting with this tactic. See, where it's like, oh yeah, we're thinking about buying a new car, and the one we got now, it's a little bit too low to the ground, so we want to have one with high ground clearance, something like this. So it's like, we keep the one we got now and kind of run it into the ground, and then we'll get a new one. And I'm like, all right, okay. I don't wear my car, so I go buy food, I'll take a cab and go somewhere. And once after, they say, oh, that you agreed to have your mother hurt now, because what they were really in cold talk about was your mother or something like this. Okay. See? That's like a theme. And I've never been willing to agree to have my mother or any loved ones hurt, okay? But that's like the gaslighting. And there's also projection, because that's how their program operates. Like, throw people on the bus. Like other Christians, you do to your own. So it's part of it's like the projection. That they don't like that they are men out here that have integrity and are not as despicable as they are. It's like, because what the Bible church is doing, they're actually throwing their own family under the bus. They're sacrificing God's children's safety, comfort, to like for their comfort and like having an easy life. Because it's hard to say no and whatever. Do you understand? There's like also projection for the program. Yeah, anyway, here's the point. Tony Ferguson, it was sad to see. Well, you had to know when to quit, okay? And here's another thing. Most of these fighters, they shouldn't be in the ring without having the knowledge I have on how to protect your brain from neuroinflammation. See? It's like, that's the fools. They're fools. who despises with emotional instruction. I'm not a pro fighter, but I become an expert in how to protect my brain. See? Okay. And I'm not like in the business of receiving concussive impacts to the head repeatedly in training and competition. And I'm 35. And I know this because I have autism and okay, and have PTSD. So it's like I've learned this. See? But it's like they don't know how to heal the brain or protect the brain or something like this. Okay. And it's also part of, oh, Mike is a Christian and he's like a person who's willing to help people. Oh, let's attack him. So what am I support? Because it's Satanic sellouts. So here's the point. Yeah, so this is like a long running theme they use, and they still use this flying monkeys. See, if this Tony Ferguson and Mike Perry, the last week used the same theme. Like okay, Tony Ferguson uploads the video after because they know that I'm checking out his Instagram posts and stories, so he uploads the video of food with like the soundtracks like something like okay. And then Mike Perry saying, food sees a pan. I have documented about this. And it's like he's eating guacamole. And it's like, it's disgusting, understand? Okay. I'm not hard to find, Mike Perry. But you would never show up within 15 feet of me having been a person that have threatened to make my mother bleed. Okay. You want to prove me wrong? I live in Oxford, Sweden, Mike. Mike Perry. Anyway, here's a point. So yeah, what is that coming from? Why are these flying monkeys, the Satanic Illuminati, who control the media, the whole movie industry, a lot of pastors and politics? That I'm not talking about. This like using this scene, like this. Notice how this is the like the Saha, the narcissistic abuse how they operate, where they can tie like a paragraph of text or like something, so they can convey something to you. They can communicate a veiled threat to you by just a certain symbol or logo. Okay, so let's say like the Illuminati want to be like, it's like oh we send a flying monkey to Mike's chat and be like, we're gonna take you out, Mike. And then the person leaves like 3 skull emojis and 3 unicorns. So it's like 6 emojis. So like it's a threat, and then connecting to a visual with 3 skulls and 3 unicorns all over it. And then the next day, I go smoke on the balcony. They send out one of these agents in the neighborhood, walk past my balcony, and they wear like a T-shirt with a unicorn on it, and a hat with a skull on it. That'd be enough to remind me, like, there's a flying monkey, and they're communicating this threat for the elites that we're gonna take you out. See? So now they can have the effect of like me in receiving a murder threat just by telling somebody where I have with a skull and a T-shirt with a unicorn on it, and then I can become a theme where it's like people don't like having their lives threatened. That's like a severe abuse. Okay, it's like next time I go to the supermarket, they have like a guy or 2 perps standing at the entrance talking, and then like one of them is like wearing a phone case with a skull on it, and then as I walk past, it's like, oh, My Little Pony, something to see in passing, and then My Little Pony, this unicorn's skull. Oh, okay. See, they remind me of this threat that they're gonna murder me, take me out. So it can be that subtle, sophisticated. So all it takes is like they get a message across to you clearly, and it's supposed to make me sound crazy when a reporter is in paranoid. It's like, oh, Mike sees a guy with skull candy headphones on, and he thinks he's not a threat, they're gonna take him out. See, that's how he's crazy and paranoid. See, because you don't understand this. So anyway, I support. So now I talked to the Secret Society member relative on the phone, and making small talk. Another time, leaving this apartment now. And both of these people have been like targeted me for this program before. And it's not impossible that this is the guy that pulled strings to have me be told about. Okay. Just from him being butthurt about me resisting his efforts to control me. And him having the power to pull strings. I won't be surprised. I'm by his support. Yeah, I talked to him on the phone. And then he starts doing the same thing. Where it's like, we make small talk. And it's like, oh, we're in the country house, yada, yada. Oh, okay, what are you doing in the time? Well, I read the Bible and take my vitamins, watch videos, play video games sometimes. But it's small talk, just talk about what I'm doing, what I do. And then he said, I'm a Christian, okay, so I read the Bible and things like this. And then they go, oh, okay. And I go, and he's like, I believe you're saved by sacrifices. And I'm like, that's some kind of weird thing to say. But it's kind of what some Jews believe in, and it's what the Catholics believe you have to, like, I don't give up sins and do good works of this. It made me feel a bit bad, like when he said, like Earth is like a weird feeling. That part of that is like intuition with narcissistic abusers. It's like they will like make you feel bad, like an icky feeling. Okay, so it's like okay, and he goes. So it's like, oh yeah, I believe you're saved by sacrifice. All right. It's like, yeah, I don't. Okay, I believe you're saved by faith only in Christ. And then in hindsight, next time I open up Facebook, my uncle, who's also in the secret society, see, I get a notification on Facebook that he had comments on post, which is referencing an active listening notes that I said on the phone, talking to this other secret society member, who's a relative, who like said, I believe you're saved by sacrifices. And I get nervous and make an active listening notes. I go, I believe you're saved by faith alone. See? And then next time I open up Facebook, this secret society member, my uncle, leaves a comment. And it's supposed to like remind me what I just said on the phone with a gaslight twist. And other points are going, okay, now you've agreed to have your mother sacrificed. Because the guy said he believes saved by sacrifice on the phone. And you said, like an active listener. So that counts as you having agreed to have your mother hurt. So it's your fault if you murder her, see. Now notice how they're not like, we think Mike wants to have his mother sacrificed. No. We want to hurt his mother and loved ones being psychopathic abusers. And we want to be able to pin the blame on Mike and blame him, the victim, for the evils that we do. And get him to blame himself. That's what it's about. So like we're working to like be able to go, haha, now understand. It's like have his neighbor who's a perp go like, hey Mike, how are you? Oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He said yeah in response to the question, and then come back, but the person really asks is, do you agree that the mother sacrifice? It's your fault now when we heard her. See? So they have like a narrative to be able to say that even if they know that's not the truth. See? And this is part of psychopathy they project. So, anyway, back to the point here. And they still use this, flying monkeys. So it's like, oh, I subscribe to Sportstar X because I do martial arts. If there's any sport I'm like tap into and see what's going on, who's fighting who, something. I train, so I might be more likely to look at an IG person who trains martial arts themselves. Okay. So anyway, it's the point. So it's like, okay, Mike has now we know that he's been watching Tony Ferguson's Instagram and his stories. So it's like he's one is if Mike opens up Instagram, posts something, and then like go look at this person, maybe see what they uploaded, check this guy's stories, something, click the like story thing. Okay. So after that, basically, they say that it's like they made an act like it's listen. It's like that means you agreed that it might hurt you. You made a deal with us. So now it's your fault when we make you bleed or hurt or something like this. And so now that's one of the subtle narcissists always be sexy do. Tony Ferguson and Mike Perry, both of them did this recently. It was like I checked out the channel. Tony Ferguson like shows a picture of food. And then like, it's part of like this song like, see? And then another athlete I check out, Mike Perry, who I've made videos before because he did on a press conference, they were doing narcissist dog abuse tactics. And it got me really mad and irate. So it's like, okay, Mike Perry, he uploads a video. And it goes, he makes a video, like a little reel where he's eating, and it's like guacamole. It's like, a disgusting piece of shit. This is the type of subtle narcissist dog abuse tactics that they do. This type of narcissistic dog abuse tactics that they do. And I don't care. No man alive would be safe doing that to me in the room within 15 feet. I don't care, Brock Lesnar. If you're in this room behind a locked door with me, if you're Brock Lesnar, if I'm intent on hurting you, you're not likely to make it out of here unharmed. Okay. So anyway, here's the point. So that's why they don't do that. Okay. That's why they don't do things like that. That's why they do it from over the ocean behind a keyboard, okay? Here's another one of these flying monkeys. What does a secret society member mean? It means a member of a secret society like the Freemasons or the Oddfellows, okay? We have one of these flying monkeys shop in here, okay? So there's another thing. This person is another one of these flying monkeys. He was trying to recruit me into the gang stalking program. He was like, hey Mike, I want, let's talk backstage on StreamYard. It's like, oh, I got this little earpiece here, and I got these headphones, and it's like, sadly, he was trying to recruit me into the gang stalking program, what it looks like. And I'm like, it's like, I don't know what, it's like, okay. So how's that work out for you, pussy? Okay. This dream person, he's a gang stalker. He's one of these agents. They like to recruit people on drug addicts and antisocial people, especially people with drug addictions and active alcoholics and so this. That's like the personality, the profile. Like a certain type of person who is more life than I work for the gang stalking program. What does secret society member mean? That's a dumb question, really. It's a member of a secret society, such as the Freemasons or the Oddfellows secret society. In Swedish, it's called Ordenssällskap. Okay. So it's a secret society, the Freemasons or the Oddfellows, for example. Those are two secret societies. And here's another thing. This person's wife, too, when I talked to them on the phone. So both of them are narcissistic, psychopathic abusers, in my view. Okay. That's how I feel. That's the point. And it's like after I moved to the city, when the talk really started wrapping up. And it's like they called me on the phone. And it's like, oh, how do you like your new city? Because they're working for the program and they know I've been harassed by the gang stalking program intensely since I moved to this new city. Okay. And then it's like, oh, it's not too bad, see. So I guess they wasn't happy with like this sadistic glee they could drive for. Oh, it's real bad. I guess they might have been hoping for. But it's like, oh, well, it's like, I'm moving forward, okay. I'm out here living life, so for kind of energy, whatever I said, okay. It's like, oh, hell yeah, good luck. See, kind of. So they kind of seem out of place because and here's the thing too, they know because the program watches everything. That's part of how they can tailor make like custom harassment for you. Or it's like they spy on you. So I have watched a website where I had Googled like doing intense researching on gang stalking, trying to find other TIs to help, and like also you have a natural as a human, like your peers. It's like if you're a black person in the South and you're like working to run off a plantation, like look for another black guys in the same situation, maybe you can, we're on the same team and let's break out together or something. Basically, that's human nature. Where it's like survival. It's like you're gonna be naturally inclined towards looking for other people in the same situation. No, I'm not in there anymore. I'm not a president. Okay, it's like I'm out here working to reach targets with the help that they need. And most TIs are like drowning, so it's like you don't want to get too close, so you throw a life at them because it's so messed up and toxic, you can't interact with them. Because they're gonna drag you down. Okay, so it's like anyways, and not the type of life series that will kill you. At least it can be. Okay, so so here's the thing. Yeah, so this type of now you don't do like, oh, I know that it's like the targeting that I'm talking about is designed to make me sound crazy as I talk about it. So and then I don't talk about it. No, because the targeting that needs to be talked about and exposed. This is how they target you. A bulk of the target is narcissistic always abuse tactics, and it's this subtle thing and that subtle thing. Okay, so I don't classify truth that sounds crazy to crazy people or like to truth rejectors as crazy talk. I classify crazy talk as things that are not true and sound crazy. Meaning, oh yeah, I'm a Scots here. Oh yeah, gang talk of Todd videos is real. And synthetic telepathy. That's part of targeting. Some of your dreams might be coming from the government satellites, okay? When you go to sleep, they beam it into your head and make you have bad dreams. Some of your nightmares, it's a program, it's a technology to make you have these nightmares. And some of your feelings, it could be the technology putting these feelings in your body, something like this. Now, what's that? That's fake, okay? He's lying to you. It's not true, okay? The government gangstalking point is not controlling your dreams remotely with any type of technology, okay? Okay? And they're not changing your mood or like your, okay? Now, if you want to be like a lawyer, it's like, oh, Mike Saha versus Scott Snitzer in court. And be like, well, if they're showing you things, control your feed, and they're making things show up on your electronic device, you doom scrolling before going to sleep. And then you have a nightmare. They might have maybe had a nightmare because they made something scary show up in the feed for going to sleep. But I think that's not what you're conveying when you're saying the program is controlling your. That he's just selling the directed energy weapons and satellites in outer space control your thoughts and things like this. That's the point. So I had looked. So what is that? Okay, how is that a narcissist always in this thing? Because they know, so the program spies on me. So that everything that I do on the internet, which means if I watch a video tonight, they can have a flying monkey tomorrow reference it in the supermarket, and I feel targeted because that lets me know it's one of these people got sent to the store, and one of the target tactics is to reference something I recently said or did in private on the phone, because it's gonna make you feel messed with. Just anything they do that lets you know that it's a flying monkey of the narcissistic abuse that been destroying life for 10 years. You're gonna feel you're not gonna like it, see, and especially if it's something that's like reminding you have no privacy with listening to you 24/7. Okay, do you understand? So it doesn't have to be something where it's like, and I understand it's fucking idiots how to operate. To be like, it doesn't have to be that you're watching bad websites like CP and then for it to bother you was trying to reference what you do on a computer. It could be anything. It's like if you talk to your grandma, be like, hey grandma, how you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm gonna make some beans. And then next time I go to the supermarket, go, beans, stuff like this. It's like still like reminding you, we listen to your most intimate talks, you talk to your grandma, you have no privacy, we listen to everything you're doing the same. And you feel violated. So anyway, here's the point. Yeah, so I had looked at a website where it's like the Freemason silent dagger. Okay, that after many years of investigating, I found a person, maybe by Google, like secret society, because I started like thinking about secret society members and having, while being targeted, start to think about what happened before the targeting, and also like weird interactions I've had with secret society member relatives while being targeted. Okay, so I start Google like secret society, gang stalking. Once I learned the term of gang stalking, secret society, Google this, and somehow I end up finding a website where it's like silent dagger, gang stalking, silent dagger. The Freemasons have white glove treatments. Okay, so just look at a website that has like, here's another thing there. They tell you good luck because you're gonna need it. So it's like, here's something they told me before the target started. Good luck, you're gonna need it, or like because you're gonna need it, or something like this. And then after that, on the phone, the wife of a Secret Society member tells me like, oh, after it's like, oh, how you like the new city? I say, oh, that's not too bad, kind of okay. Good luck. You'll see. See, because I have been looking at a website about Secret Society's targeted with this, and it's like what they told me, good luck, because you're gonna need it right before the target starts or something like this. Do you understand? And that's the wife of a Secret Society member. So now they can just have people as fire monkeys. See? Or something subtle. Like it's like, I subscribe to Chill Sonnen. And the Illuminati spies me, so they know, oh, Mike started watching Chill Sonnen. Kind of every day recently, last week, as I go to check Chill Sonnen upload something new. All 3 videos. Oh, this one is interesting. Let's watch that. Okay. Somebody's injured or something. Okay. It could be like tell Chill Sonnen to work and shoehorn in like good luck in there. Okay. Be like, oh, yeah, so, yeah, it's like, oh, what my coach told me once before a fight that I lost was, good luck, buddy, you're gonna need it, or something like this. Do you understand? And it could be, if it happens once, but I say, if it's a pattern, I say, okay, keeps happening, say, okay, he starts doing different things that the target tactics, different target tactics. Eventually it becomes clear. So this type of stuff they do. And it's like, this is the type of, this is like the baby level. Now, all things be relative. Like the psychological warfare is baby stuff compared to the physical target tactics. If all this was like bullying, cyber stalking, narcissist always abuse tactics, it wouldn't be, meaning compared to some other things that had happened. Okay. Meaning if the Holocaust camps, if they were like, well, all they did was like verbal abuse of the Jews in the Holocaust. Do you understand? Like the Jews might be like, that would be nothing compared to what they did to us. So if that's all the Holocaust was, if all the Nazis were doing to us was like verbal abuse, like you're a bad person, okay? That would be bad, and we still need to stop it. But it's like these other things compared to the other things they do, like gassing us to death and working us to death and starving us to death, and like slow murder and then sometimes fast murdering us, okay? Like compared to that, just like the insults, so this is nothing. Do you understand? It's not like minimizing it, but it's like people that like talks like all they talk about, they put a cover up. Beware of people like downplay like this is war. It's like this program has attacked me physically, okay? So targets out here is like, yeah, gang stalking, work exposed, gang stalking is bullying. And they leave it at that. And they don't talk about food poisoning, chemical sprays. All this, like targets have been murdered and made it look like a suicide. Okay. And that's part of the cover-up that's stopped by the feds, fake does. Where it's like, make it sound like they're working to help to cover up. Like they got targets and they know that, well, if we want to take out a target, we might make it look like a suicide. So stopped by the feds help to cover that up. To be like, yeah, some targets, they definitely, it's people are likely to kill themselves if they target videos or hurt themselves. She's helping because one of the ways the program can take a TI out is to murder and make it look like a suicide. See? So, okay, that's what I see her doing with that video. And she's also doing this trigger word thing. After I found her channel, it's like less than 2 weeks. And I started watching this fake TI stopped by the feds. Her Instagram. Doesn't take long until she starts doing these sort of subtle triggers to target me. It's like the skull, like shoehorn in skull emojis. Okay. And then other things. It's like other that triggers. Okay. Now if I would have said something, it wouldn't have taken long until she works like or somehow there. Okay. Okay. So yeah. here's the point. Yeah, so I'm a target of Satanic Secret Society bullshit. Okay, and technically, what I've been taught, it counts as Satanic ritual abuse. Okay, because it's Satanic Secret Society is abusing me, a Christian, and like with threatening to do blood sacrifice rituals to my mother and sisters. Tony Ferguson 8 last week was sad to see. Yeah, he's got irreparable brain damage, okay? And if he would have learned what I've learned before his last 8 fights, he would have less permanent brain damage. So now it's not like, okay, you got cancer, it's gonna kill you, so don't do anything to die slower from the cancer or something like this. See? Is that just because it's irreparable? Like you never get to have a fresh brain that's undamaged, being Tony Ferguson. That doesn't mean that there aren't things that he could do to heal his brain. So it's like right now his brain has like 50 points of damage. Possibly you could take it down to 45, and that would still be significant improvement. See? Fighting is a young man's game, they say. So most people are young fighters. They shouldn't be in the ring, like I said before. As I said before, so I say now again. People shouldn't be in the ring or like boxing, Muay Thai, if they don't know what I know. Now that's a big, like a tall order thing to know if I do that. But it's like, okay. It's like, okay. But certain things, okay, a number of things, like things about brain inflammation, how to prevent it, how to lower it once you have it, things like that. So here's another thing. In times past, it's like let's say the Romans, who went and fought, they got like fantastic, healing health and this. They didn't have all these other toxins in the body contributing to the inflammation. Which is why you didn't see people with like CTE and PTSD from bars as much. See, you don't have all these like writings about like, yeah, 50% of Roman soldiers came back with PTSD, okay, because they didn't have all these other things going on. So I look at PTSD in veterans more as a physical brain issue than a psychological trauma issue. Okay. Here, this is actually a pretty good analogy this came to me. So, let's say I was an abusive father and I read like a good night story to my son. And the story is like a horror story. I'm like kind of scared. It's like, okay, guys, type it in now. And it's like, I do my hard to tell a scary story like traumatizing. Okay. It's like when you fall asleep, this monster is going to, this hiding in your bed is going to like come out and eat your eyes or something like this. And it's going to drink your blood or something like this. And it's like, oh, he gets hypervigilant and stressed. It's like a low level trauma. And I keep doing this every night. So that could lead to like organic CPTSD if I do it every night. Now, if I like punch him in the head 10 times, okay, so if I tell my scary story before bed, my son, I give this monster son, and he gets super stressed and traumatized by like the visuals, his mind will crazy as I'm telling the story. And like the fear, the stress state that's for hours, also like he falls asleep to monsters and that. And then like I hit him in the head 10 times. And then like when he's an adult, he's got PTSD and goes to psychologist office. Oh yeah, okay. You had PTSD, CPTSD because your father was traumatized with these scary stories. And it's like they're not gonna be like, well, you got mirror information being hit over the head many times. And that's why you have this problem, but because part of it. It's like it's a blind spot. So I'm not joking. I've been better able to help people with PTSD, CPTSD than the so-called experts. Anyway, here's the point. Anything else gonna come up this one? I might make a video. I was thinking about maybe I make a video, and the format won't be like telling other people, but like things that I don't put in my body or something like that. I'll give you the short list here. At least of some things I don't put in my body. Things I don't eat or drink. I tried eating cereal not long ago, and it really did a number on me. I'm not joking. I tried eating cereal recently, it did a number on me. Simplify me. That's like a board thing. Okay. I tried eating cereal and it really did a number on me. Simplify marine. That's the same people say in board, okay. Now just because it's good or free doesn't mean it's not gonna do a number on me. So I ate some cereal, like a small portion, and it did a number on me. I've been having like the gases and like bad GI issues. And I'm looking at the ingredient this time. I gotta read it. Mineral iron. That's the last ingredient. So what are the ingredients? Rice, sugar, maize flour, salt, distillate, mineral iron. Okay. And then let's look at the more specific things like the supplements. Did it put how much iron? Yes, here, okay. Definitely clear. So 20 milligrams. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. A 30 gram portion, 6.0 milligrams of iron. Okay. And I had like a small portion, maybe about that. And I could tell that it didn't wreck my stomach. Now notice how it's not the sugar, because I last time I had a seed cream, I had like 1 liter of ice cream in like one seed. And that is like, oh, okay, so I'm having constipation and like the bad gas and like a bad feeling like bloatedness and stuff like this. No, but have a bowl of cereal. That really did not bother. So, things I don't eat or drink. Except this time I tried, okay. Things I don't eat and drink. Cereal, alcohol. Things I don't use. Perfume, fragrance products. I'm gonna finish up. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep exposing these freaks, and I don't care. They say, oh yeah, Mike, we're gonna keep sending people to play games. Yeah, okay. It's like that's not stopping me. Okay, that's not shutting me down. Now notice how it's like they're always using the same tactics. Send people to my chat, and like I'm shadow banned, which means notice how this person, what shadow banned, what secret society, they're playing a game. Okay, this person showed up after I said, here's one way I've been harassed. People get told to use skulls, and then after I said that, someone was in the same stream that I said that, with a skull as the profile picture, starting to leave comments. And it's like, oh, I'm in here. They say they're doing the love bombing tactic, like they're pretending to be a supportive viewer, and I think I'm dumb, because like they don't like the narcissist. They give some narcissistic injury that they can't control me. So like they can't win, so they had to make believe. We want to make ourselves feel like we control Mike, because him being free and not controlled by us and not afraid, we had to work at deceiving ourselves and apply marketing. Mike is scared and he is controllable. Okay, so it's like send somebody in here And Mike uses them for content and like watches the tactics and then explores the tactics and explains what to do. But we're still gonna feel like, haha, Mike, you're dumb, okay, you're naive. We got one over on you. Because you call the person agent as soon as they show up. And then you're having fun and not being like tormented, okay? So it's like whatever his point. I don't know what shadow ban means. What does a secret society member mean? It means the member of a secret society. What does shadow mean? It means banned by shadows, bitch. That's what that means. Okay. Coming from a guy that has been confirmed to be fake and suspect of being gay. Okay. So yeah, don't take everything that I say too seriously. Okay. Oh, Mike. Yeah. Don't take everything that I say too seriously. That is not the same as saying don't take what I say, nothing I say, not seriously at all. I'll say don't take everything I say too seriously. That's not the same as saying don't take anything I say seriously. Okay? Because what I'm telling you is don't take certain things that I say more serious than they should. So don't exceed the appropriate level of serious taking when it comes to my statements. So if I say, you should take my health advice, Dad, you should take that seriously. Okay. But if I say this guy's gay, maybe it's a joke and you shouldn't take it as if like I take that to the bank. Mike believes this person is gay. And when I say these pastors are sellouts, they're sellouts. So there's certain things in life that should be taken very seriously, and other things that they should not. So, some people are dumb, and they need help to sort these things out. So here's the point. I'm a persecuted Christian taught in Europe. Oh, maybe I had to preach after Stephen Anderson said it again. What? Did you forget about the anti-Stephen Anderson doctrine? Did you forget about that, the anti-Stephen Anderson doctrine? Maybe I had to preach it again. I just love preaching against Stephen Anderson. I just love preaching against Stephen Anderson. Notice here's another pattern. When Satan, I'm a man of God. When God is equipping, enabling a man for a ministry, and he's actually like have things imbued with understanding, wisdom, and things that God wants him to use to edify the body of Christ and minister to people. There's a pattern. Satan will go after him. Elijah, many people. Samson versus the Philistines. David being persecuted. So it's always like many people, and that's the pattern. Like I'm one person knowing and speaking the truth, and it's always groups of people coming after me, attacking me with lies. So most of you have been poisoning your children because you've been deceived by the Satanists. They poison your children. Yeah, and I didn't do that. You don't put any on me, boy. Don't put that evil on me. Don't you put that evil on me, boy. Boy. Yeah, don't put the evil on me, boy. Boy. Don't put the evil on me. Don't try to put that evil on me, boy. Boy. Don't put that evil on me, boy. Get me a sort of fist over there, boy. Boy. You go get me that over there, boy. Just imagine it with them cracking. Yeah. Okay. I should have a backtrack. Like like chains wrangling or something, whatever this term is. Jangling, wrangling. Like, jingle bells, it's a chain gang. Yeah. So yeah, here's another thing. Speaking of chain gangs, American prisons. Some of these prisons, they should just let them all out. Okay, we should just let them all out. Just let them go. Okay, if I was the president of America, I'd just give all the procession parties. Let them go. Just call the prison. Open the gates. Open the gate. Let them out. Okay. Okay. Day one, it was the first call I made. Yeah, I'll call the prison. The Arizona Supermax. Just let them go. Let them all go. Just let them out. I'm presidential reporting all these guys. Just let them go. But seriously, just let it go. Open the gates. Open the gates. I said the National Guard is there to break open the prison. Let it go. We'll let it go. Just have not declared chaos, so it would make an order out of it. It would make America great. Okay, there's a point. Now, notice how it's like if you sell it as what it is, being honest with your marketing, what you're going to do is that's what works. What you do. So you have to sell it as this is what we're going to do for you. Nice point. Yeah, so American prisons. Seriously. Yeah. Look at that. It's a mirror, some dirt. It's a dirt stain. So American prisons. There's some very bad things. First of all, there's people in prison in America for things they never should be in prison for. And then there's people that are not in prison, like child murdering, abortionists. What is it, 1 in 3 American women? They have committed abortion, which is murder of a baby. Now they made it legal, okay? Just like they made it legal to murder Jews. That was legal, and it's the powers to be that did it. Hitler's was the powers to be the government. And it was legal. So it's like, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't breaking German law what they would do, to my knowledge. Now, some things that strike me as strange and bad about American prisons is, first of all, that they have to share cells. It's basically, I've seen enough documentaries and in interviews to know what American prison culture is and what happens in American prisons. And it's cruel and unusual punishment. The experience that an inmate in American prison has to go through is definitely cruel and unusual punishment. Because like you go to an American prison, here's the experience. As a result, I have been put in prison. It's like cruel and unusual punishment. It's like you have to join a white power gang and murder people, or you get murdered. See, that can be part of prison culture. So, you're a white person. It's like you might have to join a white power gang, even though you're not a racist. And then if the shot call tells you to shank somebody, you have to do it or you get shanked. So you might have to commit the murder in prison to survive, can be part of the American prison culture. See, you might have to share a cell with somebody who's a murderer, or something like this. You might have to share a cell with somebody that is an antisocial person that is in prison for being violent and is a psychopath. So being like locked into a hotel room with a psychopath that is in there for murder or something like this, that can be part of the experience. That's cruel and unusual punishment. See, so just the environment, being in American prison, it is that cruel and unusual punishment. And it's this thing. It's like, well, the sentence, like the punishment is confinement, okay? But how are you confining them? Together, okay? Like several people sharing cells. And then also how it ends up being is like that's the experience. So the people running the prison are responsible for what happens in prison. Anyway, that's a different topic. Another thing that's been normalized in America is police brutality, where you definitely have problem with police brutality, where cops murder people and torture people, all kinds of stuff, and get away with it. Now you truly don't get away with anything. Yeah, I might get back into making more TI content. Teaching TI survival. Teaching how to deal with targeting. I haven't just been surviving, I've been thriving despite being total widow. I believe I had more joy, fulfillment, good times than the average man my age. That's not a total widow. And most Christians that are not persecuted, they're like YouTubers. They come off as depressed and miserable and like unhappy. And I don't see like joy in them. I don't see them having like strength, happiness, and they all come across as kind of like weak, disempowered, miserable people. A good example would be this ex-Catholic for Christ guy who taught Lordship salvation, contrition for sin for salvation. Yes, I'm a real TI. Stalked by the feds is a fake TI. And I warned you before and I warned you again. A lot of pastors are controlled. The puppets. Presidents are puppets. And there's no flying monkeys like, oh, let's try to get him to discredit himself. That's part of tactics. Like, ask him about politics because we worried about Christians watch this video. Like the viewers are Brandon Holt, 1,000 people. We know that the metrics are that a lot of Christians are Trump supporters. So we know that Mike is likely to follow like, yeah, Trump's a puppet, and that will like make them negatively biased towards Mike and make it more likely to won't receive this. I can decode their games in real time. Now here's the thing. The truth is the truth. Okay? Meaning the truth is the truth. So presidents are puppets. And that's part of the truth that I teach. Presidents are puppets. Trump is a puppet. Biden is a puppet. There's a reason I didn't vote in Satanic. Now you can listen to your blind leaders of the blind pastors. Andy Woods, who are working to, like they want to keep you this like warden mentality. They want it to be like, yeah, Trump is the guy. Like they want to keep in that mentality. They want to believe in Santa Claus. Yeah, that's the simple truth. They're worried about this. Maybe next time make a video with the chat turned off to really torture them. And then I'll be posting content and it will change. But this time I was able to deal with the flying monkey
in a way that is like didn't make the content worse by better by how double is what I'm concerned from a certain perspective. And and about this, like I enjoy making videos. So I'm gonna go live, but I'm gonna end this and go live by the way, and then turn off the chat with the chat. There have envy, like this little beta bitches, Ahabs, like Ben Holas, this bitch made Saha pastors. Part of it is the envy. They have envy, like they should be a man of God. And I said, I'm making this bad. Okay. This is what's nice, it's like a we man shows up. And we a man of God, and we are Christian warrior. And like, oh, we're little weak sisters that are fearful cowards. Yeah, they don't like it because I'm the guy that they didn't want the glasses. And you are the realization sellouts, like to call a person that can be bitch made and cash out service and start doing it to your own clothing questions. It's like, yeah, I understand you have a lot of envy. Because following Satan makes you weak and mediocre. Whereas following God yields strength and wisdom. God is the source of beauty, strength, ability, wisdom, talent, energy, health, healing, knowledge. God is the source of this. But people that are dumb, they believe that compromising and serving Satan is like a winning, it's like the path to success. These guys can't even guide their own houses. They poison all children, most of these pastors, by being blind fools who don't know the truth. They can't even guide their own house. If you are poisoning your own children, literally, you can't be trusted to lead God's children. And if you have a fake Bible in the gym and a fake gospel, so this is the reason that I'm in better shape and more energetic and just performing how I'm not facing the average man despite being persecuted and still alive and athletic and can glorify God with my athleticism. That's the soul of sport, it's some 141. I can go there, I can excel at martial arts, in making my feet like high feet. I can move fast and glorify God with my athleticism. I can move fast, jump high, hit hard, and glorify God with that. And despite the best efforts of the program to weaken me and involve me in athleticism, I had the numb spot on right leg and warned me to be shot with a weapon by the program. It was the CIA heart attack gun or liquid murk, whatever, they hit me blade or something. And I still have a numb spot on right leg from that. And I can still move around fast. Throw kicks. But I hit me blade with something. Pastor was the assassination attempt. They also got a dentist poke a hole in my tooth. That's part of the fiscal target. Where they got the dentist. Got a dentist poke a hole in my tooth because that's going to be the heart attack story. Okay. And one of the things God bless me is beauty, so we don't make them lose a tooth from a tooth infection or heart attack story probably from their perspective. That's part of the target. That's what the Bible has to look for. A Paula has got a dentist to purposely poke a hole in my tooth because tooth infection can lead to heart attack and strokes. And also lead to brain damage. So one of the other things God can help Christians to do good at solving because He can remember Bible verses. God has blessed with a powerful brain. So there's like, notice how like it's attacking the body in a way that it's like you give someone a tooth infection, will like to die or heart attack or stroke. So they got to a dentist. And God had that her job was like to give me a tooth infection, poke a hole in my tooth. And then when I leave there, I put like a dead animal, like a rat or something, to think that's a message. Because they understand something, to get someone to poke a hole in his tooth, they would lead to death. Or could. And as I believe dead animal, son, I killed the dead animal. And right after that, I was with my mom actually.
this secret society member's wife, that transparent is like she happens to cause it timing. So after the dental clinic when they giving me an injury, the dentist had poked a hole in my tooth and even they had put a dead animal outside. Like the same path was like that. The same path I go through the clinic, I go to the same place, they had put like a dead rat there. And then shortly after, like, somebody calls my mom, and it's the secret Simon's wife, and they want to get a picture of me. I guess they want to have a sadistic belief of me looking disheveled and hurt or something like this, or hoping that I would be like a dearly had like traumatized. And oh, they poked a hole in my tooth, left the rat on the ground, and then see, they're hoping to have that to see because they want the narcissistic psychopaths. Okay. So yeah, that's part of the target. That's part of the target.